year, and eventually they sent me upstate. I went to Tryon Detention for Boys, upstate New York. I met a gentleman by the name of Bobby Stewart. His name was Irish Bobby Stewart that he fought under. I would see guys on Saturdays or Fridays. They would go and box with him and relieve tension. And he would just be, guys would come over knocked, but these guys would just go over there to get the hell beat out of them, just to get some tension, just to relieve some tension. So I went over there and I wanted to box him. He hit me in the stomach. I never felt the feeling. I just felt like I died. He ran the solar plex. I went down. I just knew I was going to beat this little white man. No way he was going to beat. I thought it was a tough guy. He hit me in the solar plex. I never felt. I just went down. I jumped back up to show I was tough, but I couldn't feel anything. It's my whole blood circuit. Everything stopped. I said, what? I couldn't talk. I couldn't breathe. I don't know what the hell happened. He told me to walk around, because he didn't want. Because I tried to show that I was tough. But he knew I was hurt, so he said, walk it off. So I walked around, and after we finished boxing, I said, can you teach me some more of that, sir? He told me, you don't want to learn. And he said, everybody said they want to learn. So I had to continue to prove to him that I wanted to learn by conducting my behavior well. I became a nice guy. I talked to people nice. I became a gentleman. And then eventually my grades got better, and then he started teaching me how to box. And once he started teaching me how to box, he realized I was getting close to getting parole to go back to Brooklyn. He said, I don't want you to go back to Brooklyn because you're going to get in trouble and get killed or go to jail. I want you to go to this man. This guy could take you to the next level. And at that time, I was probably 1980. I met Customato.
You got to score points when you get inside. So score points like you're doing the amateur.
I didn't trust him because I didn't trust anybody but Bobby Stewart at that particular time. And it was like he was transferring me over to another person, and I didn't trust anybody but him. And then he was like giving me to this guy. I said, what the heck is going on here? And I couldn't understand it, but he said, just trust this man. Trust this man.
I don't trust anybody in general. I don't like people to know me at all. And I just recently trust him because the same much I trust him, I guess he trusts me. And he trusts me a lot. So, but no one really knows Mike Tyson. Nobody's really friendly with Mike Tyson.
Why?
Except Customato.
Customato would watch me for he didn't let me box. He would just talk to me for 2 or 3 weeks about fighting and the psychology of fighting. And what fighting was truly about. Fighting wasn't nothing physical. It was all spiritual. And he was saying, if you don't have the spiritual warrior in you, you'll never be a good fighter. I don't care how big or strong you are. And he explained that to me.
Your mind is not in your way. Your mind is not in your way. There's something distracting you.
As time was going on, this guy would just kept saying these great things about it. So this guy, I didn't know if this guy was queer. He just kept saying great things. Man, he said, man, you're a great fighter. He just kept saying, you're the greatest. You do splendid. You look great. You're looking better. He just kept giving me compliments about everything I did. So what's the wrong with this guy? I never had the slightest idea. He was just building up my confidence. But as time went on, I understood what he was doing. As I became an adult, I understood he was building up my confidence. And we started fighting. I had my first amateur fight, and I was so scared of my first amateur fight. I went downstairs and said, I'm going to go to the store. It was in the Bronx, New York. I said, I'm going to the store to my trainer. And I went downstairs, and I said, man, I should get on this train and just never come back. I wanted to get on the train and just leave. I was so scared. I didn't want to fight anybody. It's just such a different dynamic than fighting somebody in the ring than it is fighting somebody in the street. And I never thought I could fight somebody. Even after all the training, I was just totally intimidated fighting somebody in the ring. But I put myself together with the discipline I learned from Cuss, and I went in the ring and I scored a 3rd-round knockout. I don't know if after the first, it was too nerve-wracking fighting, I thought at first. So I didn't really want to fight, really. So I was staying at Cuss' house. I come from a really poverty-stricken area, and when I came to live with Cuss, they live in a 14-room Victorian mansion. And I first come here, I said, wow, I could rob these white guys, these white motherfuckers. They ain't hip. I'm not knowing this guy been around the world a bunch of times. I never knew he was like me. He was from a bad neighborhood. He was a street kid like me. And then one day he used to just say, listen, you have the chance to change your life, your family's life. You could be something very special. Don't you want to be champion? You could be champion of the world. And I didn't pay no attention to it. He said, really? You could be champion of the world. You could devastate the world. No man can take what you do. You just got to believe it. I looked at this guy, and then I started thinking. I said, you really? I said, this guy's really crazy. That's what I said, this guy's crazy. He said, you do what I tell you to do, and if it doesn't work, then you could leave. So I said, okay, bet. So I did everything he told me to do, and I won. I won every championship. From the amateur championship, I won all the championships. I'm gonna cry. So I won every championship that he told me, because he told me what to do. And I started believing in this old man. I stopped being a little thief. I used to go back to New York and rob people and then come back upstate and hide out. Then I stopped doing all that. I changed my whole life. I said, I'm gonna stick to this boxing shit.
That's it. There you go. Now you got again. Who's the last guy to stop? Time. Very good. That's right.
I turned my whole life over to boxing. I turned into a complete animal. I turned into a disciplinarian. This guy had me clean my room. He had me this guy brainwashing me so much that if he told me to bite, I bite. If he told me anything, I was like his dog. He broke me down. He broke me down and rebuilt me. I was just like a total different person.
Mostly it just changed my life because he helped me to deal with people. I know how to deal with people now. Before, I couldn't talk to people. I always want to be alone. And now I learned how to deal with anyone. I could talk to anyone, even about their problems. And it's like a father and son relationship. You know, even though he is my manager and trainer, sometimes I forget that because of the way we are. The first day he met me, he took me in his house. He didn't even know me.
I can say honestly, I have a very deep affection for him. I do. To me, he's my boy. He's with me. I often say to him, you know, I owe you a lot, and he doesn't know what I mean, but I'm going to tell him now what I mean. If he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that he is here and doing what he's doing, and doing as well as he's doing, and improving as he has, gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive. Because I believe that a person dies when they no longer wants to live. But I have a reason with Mike here. And he gives me the motivation. I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. Because I will not leave until that happens.
I was 14 and I fought in the Junior Olympics in 1980, I believe it was. And I broke all the records.
You tell me what you're going to do tomorrow.
I'm going to go in there, I'm going to jab to the head, then I'm going to throw eighth to the body, and then I'm going to move after I hit. I'm punching the body.
What are you going to do when you get inside?
I'm going to open up like a son of a bitch.
I won it all. I won all my fights by knockouts in the first round. And I broke the record with a knockout in 8 seconds. I guess that's the fastest knockout on record.
How you doing, Coach? Right on the chin. I'm going home and relax some because I don't want my head to swell any more than it is. Okay.
Move your head. Keep the head down when you come up with the eights. Keep your head down.
It's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not coming up, but it's starting to come up. You can make it perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect.
Cuz was different than me than it was with his other fighters. Cuz trained me to be just totally ferocious in the ring and out. We had a totally different relationship. We had a totally different relationship. That's why once I got involved with Cuz, I was a young boy, but once he spoke with me every night about discipline and character. I knew nobody nobody physically was gonna ever fuck with me again. Once I talked to Cus, and Cus talked to me over and over again, over and over again, every night for hours and hours. When I was a young kid, when I was 13 and 14, I used to never have to worry about nobody ever bullying me again. I knew that would never happen again. Cause Because I knew back